2, 1. We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the H.A.S. podcast. We're your host, Adam and Skylar.
Hello, everyone.
It's pretty much me and Skylar today. Holland wasn't able to make it because of her weird tooth injury, but we have a guest today. Today, we have Alan here. Say hello.
Hi. I never wanted to come to this. Adam came to my house and kidnapped me. He just dragged me to his house and he's forcing me to do this.
Anyway, so before we really start the podcast, I'd just like to say, dig that hole that's in your yard. That's your little saying for today. Dig the hole that's already in your yard. But anyway, quick weather warning. Let's switch over to Skylar.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we have. We actually in Alabama right now have a confirmed tornado on the ground here. Let me get a couple of things switched up here to where I can actually track this for you guys. So this is near Athens, Alabama, and the thing that has me concerned is this is heading for a major population center, Huntsville. They're in northern Alabama. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just kind of going to take this full screen and take off me because you guys don't want to see me. We have a couple areas of rotation I've been watching. One near Athens, it's crossed interstate. I believe it's Interstate 65 right there. Been watching the debris tracker. We've had maybe a little bit. National Weather Service calling this observed. The thing is here, a trained weather spotter has seen this on the ground. Thing has the Weather Service concerned. Again, trained weather spotter seeing this on the ground. So therefore, the Weather Service issuing a tornado warning on that. I'm going to have a full weather coming up here in just a few minutes, Adam. So back to you.
Well, that was interesting. I bet you never expected to hear after last episode to have a random weather update in the middle of our podcast, did you? But anyway, Alan, you're our guest. How about you introduce yourself? Tell us more about yourself.
Hi, I'm Alan. I like to draw. I play the trumpet and oboe and band. I love animals. I love horror. I like a lot of things. It's very complicated. I'm not going to get into detail. I would just bore you. So, that's me.
Actually, fun fact, me and Alan are in the same band. That's pretty unique. So, we're all fun people here. But anyway.
I'm not sure I want to go that far.
Yeah, maybe we're not so fun of people. Hey, we're very fun. Don't talk bad about us, Skylar.
Yeah. I mean, you can talk bad about Adam. Dan, the person whose name starts with a D, said I was a lot funner than Adam, so you can talk crap about him, but not me.
Well, anyway, talk about your day. Let's talk about our days because honestly, I had a pretty interesting second week of school. But let's hear about yours first, Alan. Go ahead.
Second week of school, same old. It's been flying by. It's crazy. I feel like it's gonna end tomorrow. I wish, but no.
Don't we all though?
Yeah, it's actually really fun. A few of my old friends have actually come back, and I'm happy with all of my classes. I wouldn't really change anything about it. I get to hang out with each of my friends, you included. So can't really complain.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, the same. It's been pretty much the same thing over and over again, but it's a good routine, and I like routines somewhat. Yeah. Until routine messes with my free time, then I don't like routines.
I am with you on that one, Adam, for sure. Routines mess with my free time all the time, so. with you on that.
Oh yeah. Because for me, like right after school, I have cross country practice. So I come in like at 5 and I can't do anything. I barely do anything because then I have to hang out with my sister and
Yeah, I know, right? Your sister's pretty annoying. No, but seriously, I got a lot of stuff going down too. I come home and immediately I have to lay down and have my afternoon nap. So
yeah, yeah, it's definitely the same thing, right? Definitely the same thing. You have your nap, I have to run.
I have. Mhm. Yep. Had to
Similar.
throw in, yep.
It's similar in the way that they're complete opposites. But yeah, story time now. I have some actually, I have no stories for you. I was actually late to school this morning. So that was fun.
You're
Yeah,
never
I had
late to school, Adam.
Oh, is your
Huh?
lip still numb?
No, of course not. I don't think so. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he
it was
came in the
normal.
gym today with a numb lip, and me and let's just call him Michael. We just kept annoying him by pretending we could hardly talk because our lips were numb.
Oh yeah. Michael. Michael's mean to me. I'm kidding. Michael's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have a story. So I was writing a song, right? And I was talking to this friend of mine. It's Holland. You know her as Holland. I was talking to a friend of mine, and pretty much whenever I have a song, she's like the first person I go to tell her about the song because we're connected, man. We're buddies. So I talked to her about the song, and this song I call it Disappointments, and she was just like, "What is it about?" I said it was about disappointments. Like, what else would it be about? This name's called Disappointments. So that, again, one of many moments where Holland has been a little. If you're hearing this right now, I am not sorry. Alan, have any stories for us?
Let's see. Back in my day, no. None that really come to me off the top of my head. Skylar, can you go first if you have any?
Last night, so, and this is a weather nerd story, but so I operate a weather page. We had tornado warnings last night, okay, within our coverage area with the remnants of tropical, what was tropical storm Fred, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But go ahead and get to this. Tornado warnings and parts of my coverage area. Every time I would say all clear for this county and go off the live stream, 30 seconds later, a new warning would pop up every single time. So it done that for a second time, and I said, I'm staying on this time. That I will not go off the air until the Weather Service officially says we're not issuing any more warnings at this time. Because that was nuts, and I did not like it. And talking for an hour and a half continuously is not fun either. I will know that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
I
like
mean, unless it's a great podcast like this. I mean, no? Is that what you said? Did you seriously say no?
I said don't. Just don't even try anymore. It's not gonna work.
You're saying this isn't fun? Talking?
I never said it wasn't fun, but compared to like
I
many other,
can't believe we had someone like this actually in our podcast as a guest. I mean, come on. What the
no,
hell?
you
It was your idea, Adam.
you don't
You're the
understand.
one that told us this guest idea.
What I'm trying to say. Oh, thank you, Adam. But what I'm trying to say is this podcast hasn't really got off the ground yet. It's still on the runway. You can make it so much better than it is right now. But right now, it's just there are many other podcasts that are just better, including the one that this shares names with.
We don't share names. We have dots in the H.A.S.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah.
Right, Adam?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Were you
Yeah,
listening
we
to
don't
what
share.
you were
Our
saying?
names are completely different. Ours is H.A.S. Has been. I don't get why people have this confusion. Same name. I tell you, YouTube's crazy, man.
YouTube has always been crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't care if they don't like what we're saying right now. YouTube, you are crazy. I'm a bit. By the way, on the note of our saying, have you ever what's the word? Continually dug yourself in a hole of lies? Anyone?
Trying to think. I might have done that once. Yes, maybe.
Good, because I haven't. Anyone else have a story to tell?
Yeah, I never got a chance to tell mine. It's strange because I always have something to talk about, but when I actually need to, it just doesn't come to me. Like, I hate
Don't worry
it.
about it. Awkward We live in awkward silences. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, you wanna go check out our new album? You can find it on iTunes. It's called Awkward Silence.
Yeah, it's honest. It's the best song. Go check it out. I'm just kidding. It's not actually on iTunes. Anyway, continue with your story, Alan.
What story? Oh yay! Laugh number 1. Yay! Might as well just be a stupider.
You don't get to talk, Alan.
Huh?
You do not get to talk.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Anyway, that was the extent of your guesthood. Goodbye. Okay. You can leave the Zoom meeting. But anyway,
just to note, Adam is joking there.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Anyway, I do indeed have a story. I think. So, actually, I'm kidding. I don't have a story. But I do have an experience. Cross country was great for me, by the way. Unless you didn't actually care.
I got a story. I got a good story. It happened at band camp.
It happened at band camp.
Yeah, you were there.
This should be a fun story.
Adam, one of the many reasons. I got a little too careless at the pool and did a stupid move and just jumped straight into the deep end when I wasn't too used to it.
Yeah, if you don't know, Alan can't swim.
Hey, I can swim. I just can't go anywhere. I can stay afloat.
I'm sorry.
I think the blame on that one goes.
Alan can't swim well.
Yes. I blamed that on my hair because I couldn't see anything because my hair went, and I panicked.
I say no excuses. I mean, when you have long hair like mine, there's no excuse for hair getting in your way.
More experience.
But anyway, continue.
So yeah, I basically nearly drowned. They had to help me.
That was the most boring story I have ever heard.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I'm not joking anymore. That was a genuine yawn.
Yeah, but no. Pretty much he made a stupid move, and he knows he can't swim well, right? So he does it anyway because I guess he saw the rest of our friends jumping inside the pool.
I felt left out.
But he ran and he jumped inside the pool, and then he jumps out and he's just like, I can't swim. Someone help me. It's just like, Alan, calm. And I was just there. And I was just like, Alan, calm down. I was trying to grab his shoulder, trying to keep him afloat because he was practically drowning. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Problem was, that was like the first time I went swimming in like years, because we just never took the time or the money. So I had to get the first day I went swimming. I spent most of the time or at least the first half of my time, in the shallow end where I could stand up and stay afloat. So I spent a lot of time in there and got used to the water again. I got readapted to it, and then I went for the deep end. The second
Yeah.
day, I went straight for the deep end and dived in.
yeah, yeah, but I understand it honestly. I remember my mom told me about this one story, and I guess, and later on she told me that no, that wasn't actually a story. Like, so I guess I just misheard it. But but one day I heard my mom say that a kid drank so much water that they went right through the floor and they suffocated. That's what I heard anyway. So I heard that someone drowned from this, and and me being scared of pretty much anything of what someone tells me took this as, oh, now it's going to be my turn. So for a good amount of time, I had to relearn how to swim because in at one point I was just completely afraid of water.
You
Like
know,
I could want to go inside water, but I wouldn't want to swim or anything. I wouldn't want to put my head under the water.
Adam in preschool through third grade was his own demon. I swear to God. There wasn't a week that went by that he was not being taken away. But he's gotten better at that. He's actually competent
I'm
now.
an actual functional human being.
Yeah.
Huh?
Ridiculous emotional outbursts. Like that wasn't it that one time where you got a high score on on a test and you were so excited to tell the principal that you ran to her door and just started banging on it?
I
I
don't
don't remember that one.
I don't remember that one either.
Then again, I remember a lot of things you guys don't.
This was a weird rumor. This is a weird rumor you heard, my friend.
Then again, I remember a lot of things that most people wouldn't bother to.
That's true. You would just be in the middle of choir class, and then you'd say a random fact about a movie, and I would be like, "Why do you know this? Why do you just look these stuff up?"
Yeah, I don't really need to look them up half the time. I just know them.
You just know them.
Yeah, because I've watched the movies so many times.
By the way, remember at the beginning of this, actually, no, I didn't say anything. I have a special surprise for you, Alan.
What's this?
Have you seen the trailer? That trailer.
That trailer?
Yes,
No.
that trailer.
No.
Hashtag pony.
No, I haven't.
Come on. Think.
M Venom?
L
Oh, ML.
P.
Oh,
Have you seen the new My Little Pony trailer? When we turn to a kids show. If you don't know, me and Alan are My Little Pony fans. And I know that a lot of you guys think that My Little Pony is a show for girls, but guess what? It's not. What?
I'm
My 7-year-old sister watches that show, Adam.
Shut up, Skylar. No one needs your second. No one needs your 2 cents.
Has this become like a reaction thing? Or are you just gonna see my face contort and twist in many unsettling ways?
Oh my god. Okay, what happened? What happened?
1 second.
Oh, are
While we
you listening
wait,
to the
Go.
My Little Pony trailer like right
while we
now?
wait for while we wait for Alan to do that, I've got an interesting story. Okay, so I'm going. All right, I'll just go ahead and stay with this shot up. So this news story. All right, this is a news story, and it's from Eastern Tennessee. Now, anyone that knows what Eastern Tennessee is like knows what this news story could be. And yes, this is about to be hilarious. So for those of you that don't know, for Eastern Tennessee and the Western North Carolina Mountains last night got a tremendous amount of flooding from the remnants of West Tropical Storm Fred. But let me tell you what they found in the water this morning. So, and this man has now been charged after he was rescued by police, fire, the emergency responders in East Tennessee. This is in the northeastern portion of the state. He was floating on a group of logs, okay, down the water. But I'm gonna let Adam or Alan take a guess of what he was wearing.
I'm kind of
It
afraid.
sounds like something that would happen.
Remember,
in
this is
Minecraft.
East
So
Tennessee.
wearing a light blue T-shirt and blue jeans.
He was wearing nothing. And there is video of this that I do not suggest you guys go search. I've not watched it, but he was wearing literally nothing, floating down logs along the river. The Greene County Sheriff's Office in East Tennessee said it received a call around 11:45 a.m. of this man floating down the Nolechoke River on a group of logs near one of the local neighborhoods there, and the man had no clothes on. So he was rescued, which I would say was an interesting experience for first responders.
Why does he have no clothes on?
Well, because look, guys. So for those of you that don't know Eastern Tennessee, especially Greene County, I know the area. I'm telling you, Greene County can be Greene County, and that's what I'll say about that.
And that's what I have to say about that. Oh, it's time to introduce our sponsor, Red Bull. No.
Oh, hang on. This is a more interesting part of the story because I'm just now reading the story for myself. A helicopter helped track down the man while he was going down the rivers. Officials were warned the man may eventually go over the dam there on the river if he was not rescued. The man traveled all the way from Tusculum, which is in a portion of the county, central portion of the county, all the way to the southern portion of the county. Okay.
Yeah.
And saying God bless the USA while on his journey, floating down the river. If I have never heard a more interesting story than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, speaking of interesting stories, two of my past just flashed before my eyes.
Oh no.
For some reason, I remember almost all of my dreams very vividly. And they are dreams that I wish weren't remembered very vividly.
I'm scared.
What about a killer mime? Like, I can literally do a recap of everything that happened. For some reason, it was like what is it? Like a third person point of view, kind of like a shot in the movie where the camera's just looking at two people. Except it was me. And for some reason, it was the two guys from the Sonic commercial.
What?
And all of a sudden, they were on a huge skyscraper, and they were looking down. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look at that!" And there's a killer mime climbing up the side of the building. And the next thing I know, it just cuts to us running away from the building. We get in a truck, and we start driving away, but the mime's holding on to the side. And it was terrifying. I woke up after that.
What? You just woke up after that?
Yeah. And then there was another dream that was even weirder. It incorporated so many different elements. It had nothing made sense.
It's funny because like the way TV shows like make up these nightmares is like, oh, you're falling in an endless hole or something, or you're naked at your first day of school. I've never had that dream once.
I have so many times.
No, wait, really?
Yep. Like I always remember, like the only thing I had was a backpack, and I'd just be curled up in the middle of the classroom, like nobody'll notice. Nobody will notice.
But like, what's your worst dream? Like, what's your worst nightmare you've ever had?
Mine.
That was
There was this other one where I was with Chucky, the killer dog, not Chuck E. Cheese. The killer dog, the killer doll, not Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even feel like saying that word for word because it's just stupid. But then there was then this is the other dream I was going to tell you about. It starts off. This happened years ago, like back in 4th or 5th grade. And I was going out shopping. Like my mom wanted me to go buy groceries. So I was in the store. Like it felt like I was in that store forever in the dream. And for some reason, this was back when fidget spinners were still a thing. And I basically brought some with me for God knows why. And I ended up leaving them in the store. So I had to walk.
And it was 2000, and it was 2017.
It probably was. So I had to walk back and get them again. Bring them up front. And then there is this guy in a wheelchair who just got out of a car, and for some reason I was like, I don't like that guy. He's up to something. So I immediately try to hide like in a different aisle. He just comes right through the door, goes in an aisle like right next to me, and as I'm walking like trying to avoid him, he just goes meow right in front of me and just cuts me off. Then I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of here. I go to the register, pay for everything. Then he comes up right next to me and grabs me by the arm. And I don't remember how I got out, but I got out. And the cashier there, he was like, okay, here you go. You're gonna stay in my post. Since you can't really walk on your own, you won't be able to escape. So he trapped him there and he drives me home. I go into my living room and I sit down. And out of nowhere, I see the same car from the store just drive up the driveway. I run into the kitchen, and it's this huge war zone. Just like tons of different people, like here trying to get to me. And you know how on those children's playgrounds, there's like that dome where you climb around it.
Oh,
you know that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like there was, for some reason, like this whole side of the kitchen, what I'm looking at, it was gone. And there was one of those right there. So I climb up to the top and I look down, and the guy that was supposed to be crippled, he wasn't crippled anymore. And he was climbing up after me. So I jump off. Next thing I know, I'm in a magic fairy tale land.
Oh gosh. It's just those weird ones.
And I meet this magical princess. Who is the only way you can stop the dangerous crippled man. So I have to convince her otherwise. After that happens, like there's this huge battle. It realistically probably lasted like a second because the guy immediately was blown up.
And little does he know,
I had
the
really
dream never ends. That's
and
a
then
dream.
it switches again. Like I had this really weird obsession of Five Nights at Freddy's. I still have that. But specifically the ships. I was really into Foxy and
anyway, moving on.
No,
hey, Skyler, do you have any nightmare stories?
Honestly, that's for the best.
No, but I do want to get to the chat real quick. Okay. So first of all, one question in. I will let Adam answer this one. What is the topic of the podcast as a whole? This one should be fun. Adam?
If you don't know what this Has Been podcast is about, there is no topic. Welcome to the
Pretty
most
much summed it up.
unorganized. Welcome to the
Also, a couple questions.
podcast you've ever seen.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, another thing. A couple questions about the news story I read.
Watching.
There was no motive given, no reason why. They tried to rescue him twice, and he didn't want to be rescued. Finally, the third time, they intercepted him and got him. Also, the name of the guy has not been released, and I think that's probably a good call, but they did not release the name. So the why and the who questions I cannot answer for you. Why don't we get off Nightmare Story and get to a quick weather update real quick? We got a line of storms here that I'm watching. Let me get this prepared better for me here visually. And I got a line of storms that I'm watching extending all the way from Middle Tennessee down through Alabama. These had tornado warnings on them when we started the show. Down here in Alabama, approaching Huntsville, that cell had a confirmed tornado on it. As of right now, all tornado warnings are expired. No, the risk of tornadoes for the rest of the night. Looking low. Let's switch to the national radar. We got a strong thunderstorm alert stretching from Lebanon down to Manchester, and just a lot of heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds within this. That marginal risk of severe weather exists for this area. But I know all weather nerds want to know about the tropics, so let's go ahead and get there as well. Let me put this up so I can see it better. Tracking the tropics, we have a couple tropical disturbances that we want to get to right now. First off on the list, we got Tropical Storm Grace, which is going to end up being a hurricane before it makes landfall. It's going to have two landfalls here. One of them will be in Mexico, so we'll be watching that. No threat to the mainland U.S. for that. Another one, Tropical Storm, or I think this is a storm about to be a Category 1 hurricane. Henri, I think it's how you say it. It's some French name. I don't even know how to say it. And that could impact the northeastern United States, possibly as a Category 1 hurricane. We'll have to watch that. We might get to my next slide that I have here. Maybe. We might. All right. Tracking the remnants of Fred that has produced severe weather down into the Western Carolinas. Let's talk about that. Flooding, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina. Southern Virginia produced severe weather tornadoes. Again, something that was not unexpected. It has produced a couple tornado warnings up here in the northeastern United States. Severe weather threat continues tonight with that low end tornado threat. Main threat, like I've been talking about, storms in the southeast as well. Low wind severe threat with that. Mainly gusty winds. From what we've seen tonight on radar, trends can rely on isolated tornado. And hey, we have a sponsor. How about that? Appalachian Highlands Weather is sponsoring this weather report.
Cool.
That's it.
That is it. I got through that quicker than what I thought.
I'm going to assume that those type of reports aren't normal. Like, are those types of reports normal or what?
Yes, they will be normal. I think we're gonna do a weather segment every week on this podcast. At least I'm here, which hopefully will be every week.
Hopefully. Let's hope that there's not another week where he has another weather thing that he has to do, and then he
Yeah.
pop up.
Or Holland has to miss another week. You know, Adam, you are next. I think of how this has been going. You might be next. I mean, we've had me, then Holland. Adam, you have anything planned for next Wednesday?
I have no life. I think I'll just take a nice long nap between 8 and 9.
Yeah, forget all about the podcast.
Yeah, I'll just completely forget about the podcast, take a nice 1 hour nap, and then I'll wake up at 10, 12, and then I'll sleep again.
Well, all day today, I forgot it was Wednesday until Holland texted in because this crew members, me, Holland, Adam, we have a group chat, and until she texted that, hey, I won't be able to be on tonight due to my tooth injury. I was like, oh, yeah, it's Wednesday, right?
You completely forgot?
I've lost track of days. After the day that I had yesterday with, I've talked about it earlier in the show, the tornadoes, flash flooding I had to deal with, which I got some cool video. I'm not able to pull that. I might be able to pull that up here in a second of some flash flooding. And no, it is not of the man going naked down the river. I promise you, okay? So anyway,
Tyler,
I will not show video of that.
Tyler, I'm merely a guest here, and I remembered it was Wednesday. And that is,
I'm
that
gonna,
is
Yeah, well,
only times I come on. I mean, unless
You did.
someone wants to make a poll and saying like who they prefer, me or Holland.
Oh, yeah. About that. Maybe we should like start a poll to see like who the people like more, Alan or Holland. We can just straight up change the name of the podcast. I mean, I'm completely
And
down.
within the next 60 seconds, mine and Adam's phone will be blowing up.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I mean,
waiting.
That also reminds me,
I'm
like,
voting Alan. I'm voting for Alan.
that also reminds me before the podcast started, like, and we were just joking around, and we were like joking about what the intro could be, and I go, "Hi, I'm Alan. I'm just here to replace the other chick."
That would have been great.
And Skylar
That's
dared me
funny.
to say it on the podcast, so I'm sorry.
I
Holland.
honestly thought he was going to say that for the intro, so
I'm late. I know. It just never came.
Guys, here's the other appearance of the forbidden book.
Oh God.
You see, I will open a single page for you. And the
What is
single
this?
page is this page right here. That's all you're going to see right now.
and more
Anyway.
on that book next week when you tune back in.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
this podcast is so
Next week,
great
I'm going to
and
show
so
you.
well organized.
Next week, I'm going to show you the second page. That's
Well,
going to be
hopefully we'll have Holland here with us next week, and hopefully you will be here next week, and hopefully I will be here next week, which with how the weather forecast is shaping for the next 7 days, I should be, but don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I was gonna use
Knock
that.
on wood.
Hey, I was gonna use that for the next week's podcast. Right?
Well, it's
What are
done
you
been used.
doing, man?
I've done claimed that.
But no, seriously. Moving back to the nightmare story times. My worst nightmare is actually kind of funny. My
I just
worst
figured-
nightmare was when my worst nightmare, I was at cross country practice, right? So I was in cross country practice, and our coach was telling us, let's call her Coach Peaches. Coach Peaches told us to run a mile, and she gave me a math problem to calculate how many miles I will run. And then I woke up. So it was just like, oh, that's strange. Let me fall asleep. So let me try to fall back asleep and see how that dream ends. I fall asleep, and then I wasn't able to solve the math problem. And it was and Coach Peaches just keeps telling me wrong. It was just like
Baldi's basics.
tell me.
So Baldi's basics. You froze.
Might have lost Adam.
He's gone.
Thankfully, yes, we have lost Adam. Adam, why did you do this? He said this podcast wasn't good enough for him, so he is leaving.
And by the way,
He's back.
I am back. I am back.
the one viewer we have, I'm just gonna go ahead and say his name because I'm not gonna get mixed up by calling him Michael. Daniel
No,
voted for me.
Don't say his name. What are you doing? We don't say names on here.
Yeah, right.
And his name's in the chat anyway, so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
And he voted for me, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
am gonna permanently replace
Alan,
Holland.
maybe it's top
Maybe
dog.
this will actually become the Asbins.
Such a stupid name. I'm sorry.
At least it's original.
Asbins. The AAS Asbins.
At least it's
Look.
original.
Welcome back, guys, to the Asbins podcast. This
Well,
time it's Holland Mullins.
I made a joke about if me and Adam ever started a podcast together, it would be called the AA Battery Podcast.
Oh, double A battery podcast.
podcast.
Hey, we
Oh,
even have a
yeah,
name
yeah,
suggestion in the
yeah.
chat. I don't know if you guys have that pulled up, but we do have a name suggestion as well.
Ooh.
Well, we're actually just planning on replacing Holland.
H.A.S. The Has-Beens podcast.
Has been. Hey, kind of catchy.
That sounds fun. The Has-Beens podcast.
Yeah, but it kind of ruins the whole theme. Like, you're in news crew, and you're in news crew, and she's in news crew, and I'm not in anything.
You're right.
So Holland is a few minutes behind, so give it about 5 minutes, Adam, for our phones to be blowing up.
Yeah. You see, like, I saw that. Like the text message just popped on my phone right now.
What'd she say?
Holland won't be happy with that.
Let's,
Nice. That should be fun. Text message conversation that we share with you next week
oh yeah,
on
definitely.
how Holland reacted.
By the way, before this,
No, it could be like an intermission, like in between weeks. Like we just have like these funny little.
This man did not just interrupt me. I'm kidding. Go ahead. You can
You sound like
continue.
Miss Alderman when I yawned in the opening of that song.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was not happy about that.
Like, but it's so beautiful. I fell asleep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Like you weren't just bored of choir.
Yeah, honestly, it was a rough day.
Rude.
It was a rough week.
Rude. That was completely uncalled for. By the way, I
I
watched.
think we're gonna keep adding letters to the first part of the podcast name from how the chat's going.
The has been.
Has been.
The Had-Does-Beens.
The has-beens.
What's next? The Hades-Bins?
Hades-beens. No, but
That
it's like,
was funny.
what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be the has-beens, the has-beens, or the has-a-beens?
Yeah, that's right. We're adding a fifth no. That's not happening.
Yeah,
just to let everyone know, the three hosts are me, Alan, and Skylar. Just to let you guys know, me, Alan, and Skylar.
You know, we should just retcon the whole has-beens thing and pretend that Holland was just a guest on the third one.
Oh,
the first one.
What are you talking about? Holland was just a guest on the first episode.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
Yeah, Scott.
Like, oh, look, I just got a notification. The has-beens is on.
Yeah, me and Skylar made a mistake. Me and Skylar was off. Skylar and Alan were both off for the first episode, so I was just here with some random girl named Holland.
You mean? Yeah, she's not important.
It was totally awkward. By the way,
I think we're just gonna keep adding letters that I don't even know how to say the first part of it to the show.
What are you doing?
Chat.
What are you doing?
Just
one.
Let's just add every letter in the alphabet. How does that sound? Let's do the alphabet and then bins.
Hey,
the ABCs, the ABCs podcast.
Hey, do you remember when I used to hate Holland?
You don't hate her anymore? I mean, I do. I can't. Oh yeah. Every time you were around her, you'd be like, "Oh, Holland." I mean, it was kind of getting annoying. I'm kidding.
Like even when no one was even around for me to joke about it too, I just look at her and be like,
Holland would just give you this weird look, like,
And then there's that one time where I was absent for like this one school thing, and she got the papers that I needed for me. And the moment she gave them to me, I was like, "Oh, I feel bad. Maybe I should stop."
Oh yeah, definitely. And then you said nah, and
Yeah,
continued for the rest of the year.
yeah, but then I just stopped hating her the next year.
By the way,
Yeah,
I am going to spoil the next what if episode.
don't.
I will.
I hate you.
The next what if episode. Oh, and it seems like time is up. Before we end this episode, I'd like to remind you. I'd like to tell you what today's saying actually meant. If you remember, what I said was dig the hole that is already in your yard, which means continue on what you've already created. Kind of like the second episode we have today. If you're going to
Good
start,
one. Good one.
yeah, if you're going to start something, commit to it.
But
Don't get
what? But in different context, why would you finish the thing your dog started?
Anyway, thank you. If you guys like
What is the
today,
most serious to find a hole in your yard?
we have this every single week. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, and
Oh, and make sure to vote for me so we can get rid of that person.
oh yeah, make sure that we
Totally.
can Colin. So anyway, bye.